to another video. I hope you're good. I hope you're swell. Today we are talking about fashion. No, this is a summer essentials, but it is not a shopping list. These are things to make sure you have, to potentially shop for, or to cultivate. You'll see there are all these little birds on my terrace. It is summer. No, it's still spring, but it really feels like it's coming. And so I wanted to prep you guys. Defrosting for summer 2025. Starting with the most essential, a bikini. Make sure you have a bikini that you love, that you feel good in, or a one piece or whatever kind of swimsuit you like. One brand I really like, and they're a sustainable brand, handmade, and they are not excessively expensive. Obviously, this is not the cheapest because, as I said, they're like handmade by a couple. You know what I mean? This is not some mass produced product, but check them out anyway. This is Strawberry Milk Mob. I'll link everything down below as per usual. My 3 favorite bikinis are from there, and I want to get a new one soon. I really like them. They're a beautiful brand. I've spoken about them many times before. Another thing to make sure you have this summer is a pair of long and light airy pants. You can find some beautiful ones. Hire the Label has some that I really want. Or my favorite pair that I own, I thrifted for 3 years, I believe, a while ago, and I wear them so much. This is something you should definitely check the thrift store for, because you'll find some for sure. And I think they're very easy to fit your body. It's not like jeans where it's more, I feel like jeans are harder to find some that fit right. But this is such a summer staple. Shorts and skirts and dresses are beautiful and nice, but there's something comforting from knowing that there'll be a long pant there if you need, you know? From Hire the Label also, then we're gonna move on to some different things. From Hire the Label as well, you don't need, you do you, but I would highly recommend their skirts. I want to get in every single color they have. I've worn it all of last summer. I'm going on a trip tomorrow. By the time you see this, I'll be on my trip, and they're the first thing I packed. They're beautiful. They're good length. They're so comfortable. Hire the Label is a beautiful brand that really highlights sustainability, women empowerment, and feel good materials and products. So I would definitely check them out as well. Then books. Come on, it's summer. This is the time to read. You need books, and I have at least 2 to tell you right now. Let me know if you want more book content. At one point, I made a couple book videos, and I really like filming those, and I'd love to film more. The first one, I'm reading this right now, and I'm almost done. I'm here at page 242. Also, yes, I dog ear my books. Also, yes, they all end up looking like this, which is probably not a good sign, but this is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera, and this is from a Czech novelist, and I think it is changing my life. First things first, it takes place in Czech during / post Russian Revolution. It was a period I knew very little about, so it's interesting on a historical level. But then the more interesting part, in my humble opinion, is the story itself, and the way Kundera manages to marry story and fiction with philosophy in such a beautiful way. It's the kind of book that will leave you thinking and wanting to spend time off your phone and walking around and being like, what about my friendships? What about my life? What about my connection to my family? What about what I place value on, you know? So interesting. And one thing I love so much about this, it's such a small detail, but it makes my heart so happy, is the parallels in the book. So something that will be mentioned in passing in chapter 1 will come back in chapter 60, and I love those things. It makes me feel so connected to the book, noticing them, and I think it adds so much depth because the book creates its own set of symbols. I love it. I feel very passionate about it. I've recommended it to about 10 people since I started reading it, and so much so that I bought Immortality by Kundera to read on the plane, which is also decently big, which I haven't started yet, so I'll keep you updated. But this. Then another summer book that I really believe you should read, that I read a couple years ago, is Bonjour Tristesse by Françoise Sagan. Françoise Sagan is my summer girl. Every single summer, to start summer, I will get a Françoise Sagan book. They're really thin, really small, and such an easy read. She wrote Bonjour Tristesse, Hello Sadness in around the 50s or 60s when she was freshly 18, and I'm pretty sure it's in a couple, like 100 books to read before you've died, and I back that. It's a beautiful tale on melancholy and sadness and summer and our fleeting youth. I'd recommend. Next thing I think you need this summer is a commonplace book, such as this one. Maybe one that is less messed up, because I like to take this everywhere, and so now it's wet and disgusting, and I'm very sad. But I'm almost done, and will be needing to invest in a new commonplace book soon. All this to say, you should get a commonplace book. What a commonplace book is, and I'll link a really good YouTube video down below, is a little notebook which you bring with you anywhere for any kinds of notes. If I flip through this, here I have some quotes from a book I like. Here I have like a journal page from when I was on the train. Here I have a to-do list for that day. Here I have a letter I was gonna write. So really anything. And right now there's also my list for this video. Found it. I would recommend. I would recommend getting some nice sunglasses. Sunglasses, I need to make a shout out. They're between the more cheaper sunglasses and the high-end one. Nothing changes other than the brand. A Dior pair of sunglasses is only expensive because it says Dior. This is proven. They use the exact same glass as brands like Ray-Ban, etc. However, I would highly recommend to get a proper pair of sunglasses with UV correction, because if you go on the cheap side and your sunglasses aren't properly UV protected, they're actually worse for your eyes. Even if it feels better, they're worse because it's dark, so your pupil dilates, meaning more of the light comes in. And when there's UV protection, that's fine, your eye is okay. When the glasses has either really weak or like poor UV protection or none, this is terrible. And you're actually, all you're doing is opening your eyes, your iris, not your iris, your pupil, yes, your pupil, to more direct sunlight. So I would recommend this brand. It's called IU, IYU Design. It's a French brand that prioritizes cheap sunglasses with proper UV protection and made in France, so restricting European labor laws. These are mine. They're alright, but they were pretty cheap and I like to have them. When I say cheap, they were 70 euros, which I know is a somewhat significant sum of money, but I swear guys, your eyes and sunglasses are not something you want to play around with. I would recommend investing once in a pair like this. I'm sure there's other brands, and keeping them instead of going to any low fast fashion shop and buying a 20 euro pair, even if they feel good. All this to say, we need sunglasses for summer, and those are mine. And then another thing you need, or I would recommend, is a camera. This is mine, and I have it wrapped in this beautiful Ace Studio camera pouch thing. I got this secondhand. It's the Olympus Mijou, little film one. It's so cute. I love it. I love it so much, and I love the photos my film camera takes. I'll upload some. One other thing that you need for it to be summer is a hyper-specific breakfast obsession. Some of my obsessions have been vanilla chia pudding with mango, and that feels like mango sticky rice. I really like red fruits, like granola kind of thing, or oats, and there's different ways of making your oats, but try to find a hyperfixation one. I'm still trying. There's a really good one with frozen blueberries, but I don't have a freezer, so that's a bit unfortunate. Then another thing we need to cultivate for the summer are whimsical and playful vibes. That's the whole point of summer. In spring, it's to act like a fairy, feel like a fairy. And I recently watched a great YouTube video, which I will link down below, on how to cultivate your whimsical vibes. Then I have a makeup product. I got this for my birthday. I'm going to be repurchasing really soon. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I just need a darker tone for summer because I tend to tan a lot. So this is a bronzer, but it's a serum. So it's super light. You don't feel it. It's hydrating. It's beautiful. And in summer, I feel like that's the move. You want something light and breezy. And this one, I love it so much. There's two applicators. Either this thing, I don't know the makeup name, so you can like put it directly on your face, like where you want it, or there's a pump. I tend to use that one, the bottom one, because it's easier and it blends so well. So well. Yes. And then finally, I feel like summer to me screams green tea, green loose leaf tea, if you will. You can make it ice, you can make it slightly warm and let it cool down. But summer and particularly spring are such a green tea season, so I would recommend it. And also, I'm gonna link down below another YouTube video, which is a video I saw recently on how to make the perfect tea tray, and that is a practice I really want to start incorporating. I hope you like this video. I hope everything's good. I hope if you live on the northern hemisphere, you can feel yourself slowly defrosting for the spring, for the summer. This is my favorite season, and I am beyond happy to be here right now. Thank you for watching. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, check out everything down below, and see you very soon.